Yo, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to another video. It's Scott here. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, turn your post notifications on, and smash that like button. For today's video, we're gonna be going over everything that sucks about being a hype beast. Enough about that, let's get on to the video. Number one thing that sucks about being a hype beast, and this goes without saying, anyone can understand this, but being a hype beast can be a very expensive hobby. Some of the pieces that we're buying can be outrageous in price, and a lot of people really don't understand why we even spend this much money on materialistic items. It kind of has assimilated into a culture, and it does kind of suck that it does cost so much because it can really put a dent in your bank account. And sometimes even myself, I'll just be scrolling through my phone and then I look through it, just happen to see the bank app, and then I would open it up, just be like scrolling through the transactions. I'm just like, okay, let me just close this app and just ignore what I just saw. Number two thing that sucks about being a hype beast, and this one actually adds insult to it being expensive, is that it can be very addicting. So there are so many pieces, sneakers, clothing, hype beast accessories that are releasing every week, and there are so many out in the entire world. So it can be very addicting buying all these products because there's so many, there's like countless items. At the end of the day, no one can have everything, but of course as human beings, we always want to have what we don't have, so we want to cop it all, and it just can be very stressful trying to keep up with everything, trying to buy everything, and then with limited funds in your bank account. It also sucks because when you are addicted to it, you are consuming so many of them and you're going through them like each week or even month. It really does start to build up, and at the end of every month it does accumulate. It's definitely not a good idea to get too hooked on it and be too addicted to it. So moving on to the third thing on the list, I know that recently in the past few years, being a hype beast has kind of become accepted and more of like a norm lately. Like maybe 3-4 years ago, being a hype beast had such a negative connotation. I do want to say that even in today, when it's more accepted, it still does have that negative vibe to it. There's always going to be haters on it, and it really kind of does suck, even if you are just a collector like myself who actually enjoys getting all the pieces. Just for owning Supreme, Off-White, or Gucci, or any of those like huge name brands, you're gonna be labeled a hype beast and gonna have that negative vibe. Lots of people like to refer to people like us as sheep because we like to follow the herd and just follow everything that's trending right now. And I'm not gonna lie, it kind of does suck for people who actually enjoy collecting it. I know some people are gonna be in the comments, they're gonna be like, oh, I know, Scott, you're just following the trends, you're just saying that you like collecting. But the fact is, I love collecting all this stuff. I mean, just check out the accessory wall behind me. I love collecting like all of it. I just think it's really cool and has a really nice aesthetic to it, and that's just my personal passion. Number 4 on the list, it really does suck, but the reality is, being a hype beast does not get you the ladies. Being a hype beast isn't impressive to the ladies because most of them don't even keep up with what it is. So most girls won't even know what you're rocking. Of course, there are some exceptions like the Yeezys that have recently become super popular. Everyone wants Yeezy V2s and they might be noticing that. But overall, no one's gonna care that you're wearing like a $1,000 plus outfit, and it kind of really goes into two categories. So people who actually do it for themselves, like myself, I like to collect it and also sometimes wear it out. Or there are people who are in the second category who just do it for attention or for clout. I mean, it is a good way to build your following and people like to see that kind of stuff, but that really should not be your main priority when you are buying all this expensive stuff. Now, the last thing that I think that sucks about being a hype beast is it can get pretty messy. So what do I mean when I say pretty messy? Pretty much what it means. So when you buy a lot of these items and they kind of like grow over time and your collection starts to become larger, it can be kind of hard to keep track of everything, like boxes, the sneakers, clothing themselves, or especially if you have a bear brick collection, those take up so much space, especially the boxes that they come in, and of course you gotta keep the OG box. It ain't right without that. You ain't a true collector if you do not keep the original everything. So it can get pretty messy because it takes up so much space. It can look very cluttered and unorganized, but you know, sometimes you just can't help it, and my room myself actually is starting to look like a storage unit because of all the boxes that I got, even for myself since I'm reselling as well. I do have a lot of inventory that I'm just holding on to, waiting for it to rise up in value, so they're just sitting there in my room. It really does take up a lot of space, and to the normal person, it would look really messy. So that's gonna wrap it up for the video. Let me know what you guys think of the list that I created, everything that sucks about being a hype beast. How did this list come to be? I simply just made it up. Pretty much stuff that I thought of. Also, if you guys want to see everything that's awesome or great about being a hype beast, make sure you smash that like button and also follow the channel, subscribe, and comment down below. And until next time, I'll see y'all in the next one.